GB2 is the perfect sequel. It's the Alien/Terminator 2 Judgment Day of break your titles. Granted, you still couldn't master EX skills and put them on any build you wanted. The weird motion blur is still here, and there's a Vita port which makes me wonder if it was built with handheld limitations in mind. But the amount of quality of life changes outweighs that. Melee attacks lunge faster at a target, making martial arts my favorite weapon in the game. Burst skills are finally added in, allowing you to deal some extra damage if Awakening mode was about to end. Your shield no longer gets destroyed if you block too much. Enemies block more often, making heavy attacks more important. Or you could just shoot them. Timing step dashes is easier, and optional parts are even more useful. They fuse some EX skills by putting 2 variations into one, giving them 2 charges with a stronger variation costing 2 levels and potentially leading to better damage. Well, depending on your positioning, of course. You can finally change the color of weapons, as well as the particle emissions of some parts. There is no micromanaging hundreds of parts. Any duplicates you obtain are sold automatically, saving your sanity and time. Parts no longer have a rarity level and can be strengthened, with some capable of transforming into different parts altogether. Parts now have abilities that can be enhanced to increase your stats or specific things related to a skill. Modules are replaced with simple upgrades you could attach to your Gunpla based on its level. You now have upgrade materials, with specific ones being tied to RNG drops and mission rewards. Min-maxing parts for the best build isn't required. Straight builds go further in this game than any other in the series, but if you're looking for those big damage numbers, you could always go that route. Maps are now longer and more diverse, some of which are more annoying than others. The soundtrack is definitely a step up, as it includes multiple tracks from the animated shows. If you are in a hypertrance state during Awakening mode, the music would change to a theme song from the skill's respective show. Perfect grades are slower and a little bit easier to deal with. They announce their presence with cutscenes rather than showing up and blindsiding you, which is mildly disappointing. Making mobile armors the real meat and potatoes of this game. They have the most enjoyable fights and cutscenes out of the lineup. Speaking of meat and potatoes, you can get away with meat fisting most bosses to death without ever upgrading your parts, as they're slower and less stressful to fight. This will require a significant time investment, however.
Stupid potato!
Master grades are still a definitive upgrade over high grade. The story, despite being in Japanese once again, with no real English patch for me to use on the horizon, is beautiful. I didn't even need to learn 3 separate languages so my brain could translate a fistful of moon runes to understand what was going on. Being a Gundam enjoyer, I could easily recognize the key moments they reused for the plot of GB2. Despite being comprised of a series of easy-to-follow tropes from across the franchise, I was enjoying every bit of these cutscenes. Did I need to understand the rivalry between Glasses McGee and not Mr. Match? No.
If you're evil and you know it, clap your hands.
Did I need context for why butch lesbian Master Asia sacrificed herself to save Mini Domon?
Hey yo, what the fuck?
No.
Shining Finger! Kita!
Do I need to know why Captain Shark Eyes resembles Ruby Rod from The Fifth Element? Yes. Real talk. The story is that you're a beta tester who gets transported to a faraway land, to a world where Gundams rule.
Now we're in this place to save the monsters from the evil world.
This time it's either accidentally or intentionally, and you have to save it, I think. The game world itself is either a virtual one or another reality altogether. Shenanigans happen, and your entire adventure is turned into a movie.
The end.
At the end of the day, the story was pretty much a drug-fueled haze of moon runes.
I'm a fucking American! How many times do I have to tell it?
The only thing that I know for real is that a planet-devouring mechanized horror with a dick laser could not prevent me from saving Anime Samus. I protect, but I also attack. The gameplay is better, the story is good, managing parts has never been easier, minus the Google spreadsheet you need in order to remotely figure out which part evolves into what, let alone the specific upgrade materials you need in order to actually evolve the part itself. But the amount of grinding you had to do was so drastically reduced that I pray every morning to my god and the Gunpla he provides. Any game that has me fighting something or someone on a platform as it burns up on re-entry automatically wins every single award. It's safe to say that GB2 gets put into the good category.
Maria, this is what you wanted, right? This is my promise I made to you.